Welcome back to this week's episode. Me and Dax are going to be ranking our top 5 favorite obstacles from American Ninja Warrior Season 16. We're going to rank all of our favorite obstacles. We have some pretty good ones here, I think.
That's right, everybody. But before we get started, I did want to give one honorable mention to an obstacle that did not quite crack our top 5s, which is the warped wall. It's just too simple and we did not want to put it in, but it is very, very iconic as an obstacle as a whole. And you know what, Owen? Speaking of warped walls, Warped Wally's Ninja Goods Emporium is a proud sponsor of Ninja Talk with the Bunny and Frog.
Yep, Warped Wally has a bunch of amazing, clever, and stylish t-shirt sticker designs. They also have a wide variety of sweaters, mugs, socks, all stuff like that. If you want to get something ninja themed, go check them out at warpedwallys.com.
And we even have our own promo code. Just use code NINJATALK, all caps, no spaces, to get 15% off all your Warped Wally's items. Warped Wally's, go smash that buzzer in style. See you guys after the break.
You are listening to Ninja Talk with the Bunny and Frog. Don't forget to follow the podcast on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. New episodes every Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern.
Alright guys, Owen is gonna go get us started. Owen, let's see it.
Number 5.
Alright, for my number 5, I have those Rubik's Cube boxes. You know, the big boxes with like the handles in them.
Oh yeah, no, those ones actually look really fun. It's a very unique design of an obstacle. I think they actually got that one from the designing website. For sure. So it's definitely a very unique move and something that requires a lot of like power and a lot of strength, and it is like the last obstacle of the course to the warped wall, so by then you are pretty pumped, so it's a very good test. I've definitely seen a lot of people go down on that because they were pretty gassed, and definitely very good to like lots of pull-up strength you're gonna need and grip strength. For sure. Alright, for my number 5, it was from stage 2 this year. It is the Epic Air Surfer. I really like it because it's like a very fun twist on the flying bar, and it is a lot heavier, so you have to throw it a lot more. It's a different grip you're facing, almost in a switch grip, but like on 2 different handles versus just a normal switch grip. But it's also the pads, it's like a squishy cradle that you land on, and you gotta be able to throw it really hard because it's a lot heavier than a flying bar, and the motion will be a little bit different. It's also good because if you have way too much momentum, you're just gonna go flying right off, just like a normal flying bar. And as well, you're going head to head against somebody, so you're more inclined to wanna link it and go fast. And since, as I mentioned earlier, since it's so heavy, it's a lot harder to throw if you don't get the proper dive into your links.
Last year there was a lot of people, or last season, there was a lot of people who went down on that.
For sure, and since season 15 as well. Definitely lots of people landed on it, but hesitated before they did the next link, and the surfboard just slid right off, for sure. Pretty tough obstacle.
Number 4.
Alright, for my number 4, I have those big barrels with like the trapeze bars on them.
Oh yeah, the barrel rolls.
Yeah.
Those things are tough.
Those look
I don't
fun.
actually think they're tough.
They-
They just seem so fun.
Yeah.
They're so flowy. It's basically like a cat grab to like a dropping trapeze bar.
Yeah.
Which is really sick. It's definitely not the toughest obstacle out there, but it's actually quite easy to get hung up on if you don't have the right technique. You're going to want to like pop on your backswing to the other one. To like there's one handle that doesn't roll, and then you're going to pop on your backswing, go to the left to the one that does roll, and you're going to swing. Hopefully you can link it if you have the right momentum, and then just pop to the ladder, and then that's the cat grab move I was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Very tough, for sure. With my number 4, it was in qualifying, I believe, and it was Duck Duck Goose. I'm a big fan of like cliffhanger drop stuff in general, but this one was especially fun because it had a little duck theme, which is pretty cool. I like obstacles that have themes for them. It's not really the most difficult, but it's a lot you have to be really precise with it because the handles are not very big, and you just gotta get like the ledge is pretty thick, but the actual width of the cliffhanger you're grabbing isn't too big, and then the other one actually drops into like a little bit on a sloper angle,
Yeah,
which
I like
makes
that.
it pretty tough.
I like that through the obstacle it gets harder.
Yeah, I agree.
that
I like obstacles that get like progressively harder as you go through it, for sure. It's also another one designed by an athlete, Sam Folsom, which is really sick.
Number 3.
So number 3, I have just an obstacle I really want to try. The dipping birds. A lot like the Diamond Dash, but like it looks way sketchier.
Yeah, it's like because when they tip down, the actual surface you're on doesn't like go all off angle. It just rolls down, like not rolls, but like it's just flat the whole way. But the actual obstacle will drop.
Yeah.
Which makes it pretty tough for sure.
There was some people who got cut up on that. It also doesn't look like one of the hardest obstacles, but
I've seen some
You
pretty
can-
cool saves on it, though.
yeah.
And it's definitely an obstacle that, like, since it's on stage 1, it's a nice obstacle, because you just did, like, at least in this case, you just finished, like, most of stage 1. You just got, like, this obstacle, and then the, cane afterwards. So it's a good obstacle that just kind of, like, catch your breath before it, and then run right through it, for sure. My number 3 is from stage 3. It is the pressure cooker. It's very similar to Operation, and again, it's not the most difficult obstacle, but being halfway or near the end of stage 3, it's definitely very tough because by this point you're pretty pumped out after you just did Ultimate
sure.
Cliffhanger, stalactites, all the other obstacles in there. But then it also serves as just an energy burner for sure, because like afterwards you got road signs, which fresh is not the most difficult.
No.
But after doing this obstacle that you can just spin around on for a while, it's just pretty tough for sure. Because I like it not for the difficulty of the obstacle, but for what it does to the course itself.
Yeah, it definitely pumps you out.
Yeah, it's like that. It's like a grip gauntlet in a course. It's not really too difficult, but like it's there to
Yeah.
like pump you out, damage your grip and like stuff like that for sure.
Number 2.
So for my number 2, it's on the semifinals, the head-to-head courses, the big pillar thing that you got to jump onto, like Lachey 2. You know, the giant.
Like the hammer drop
Yeah.
thing? Yeah. That was stage 2, I think.
That was head-to-head.
Yeah, stage 2 was
Yeah,
head-to-head.
head.
Yeah. So no, that's fun.
That one looks really
It's a fun twist on the TikTok. And it's so big.
Yeah.
And it was great to see some people, because they realized that on that obstacle, if you took a backswing, it won't take you that much closer
No, it won't.
to the actual hold. So some people just went right away, while other people wasted some time and took a backswing.
Yeah.
For sure. Which
In
and that honestly ended up being the difference maker in some races, for sure. People just linking that move.
there was some people who came into it so hard they like almost flew off of it. They had to like completely stop themselves on the.
Yeah, which takes a lot of
Yeah.
time. It's definitely a great designed obstacle.
Mm-hmm.
And then afterwards, they got the rope climb, which isn't too hard, but it's again an energy waster for sure. My number 2 is on stage 1. It's the Gambler. I like this obstacle a lot because of all the different components it requires.
Yeah.
First, you start off with like the little like teeter-totter things. Not too bad. They don't drop a lot. Afterwards, they go into the spinning disc, which is a poker chip. I like the theme on it too. It's pretty cool, Vegas theme. And but you spin around in circles. You got to get your core tight and then your knees up for sure, just to like stop spinning. And then you go to the bar, like the craps table. They got to throw out in order to get the amount of distance you need to get to the roulette wheel. And then on the roulette wheel, you just got to trust yourself. which I love in
Yeah.
obstacles.
There's a lot of spots that you can get caught up on.
For sure.
obstacle.
And like I do really enjoy obstacles that you can't hesitate on
Mhm.
because it just really works in a course because
Yeah.
if you pause on that roulette wheel, you're going to be spinning there for
Yeah.
quite a while. And then going to the ace of spades again, it's a spinning thing similar to the poker
Yeah.
chip spinning disc. Then you got to get the dismount, which actually threw off RJ Roman on stage 1.
Yeah.
So which makes it and he's
It did.
spectacular. So it's definitely and so many people messed up on it at all different parts. People messed up the jump even to the first disc, the move to the crab's table, the actual roulette wheel part, and then even just the dismount for sure. That's why I really like it. It's definitely just A, you gotta no hesitation, and B, it's just there's so many different places where you can mess up and you gotta really calculate every single part.
Yeah, for sure.
Number 1.
And for my number 1, it's also on stage 2, the bear traps. Like, that lane looks really fun, with like the pops down to the next bar and up and in.
Yeah, for sure. No, another one is you gotta be really precise, which I
Yeah.
think is an underrated part of bear traps, how precise you have to be. People think you just gotta be powerful and push, but like we saw even Hayden Lebsack, he fell on that obstacle,
Yeah.
and he's obviously spectacular, but it just shows that on that obstacle that anybody could mess up on it. You just gotta be really precise. And I
it's
know in
not-
qualifying as well,
yeah.
they had a very similar obstacle. Actually more difficult, where the bear trap got more and more angled downward each time until you had to do a full bear trap move.
Yeah.
Jawbreakers, I think it's what it's called.
It's definitely not the hardest obstacle, but
Another one that you could just mess up on if
Yeah.
you don't time it right. For
and
sure.
with people trying to go fast, a lot of people definitely slipped up on that or went way slower than they wanted to.
Yeah, again, definitely people they realize that this obstacle, if you aren't precise enough, you're gonna mess up.
Yeah.
So you just don't want to. So people started to hesitate again, which is not something you want to do on a ninja course. And for my number 1, we're heading back to stage 3, and this year is going to be the pizza party obstacle, which I really like because it requires so much of what it means to be a ninja and what you need to be a ninja.
Yeah.
It requires your push power and throw power to get the pizza wheel around. It requires your grip strength, A, to hold on from sliding down off of it.
Yeah, for sure.
Your core strength because this thing's going to swing side to side and you want to go forwards. And your core strength just to get your swing straight to go to the next bar. And then your grip as well, just to also it's on stage 3. You just did ultimate cliffhanger. It's going to be pretty, it's going to be gassed. So that's the main reason I really like it. And the pizza puns are pretty fun from Matt Nogbar. And I really like just all the obstacles on the show, though.
Yeah.
With exception to pole vault. But other than that, that obstacle I just dislike because I don't know, it just doesn't really seem. I don't know. I'm not very good at that stuff that involves all 4 of my limbs in order to be able to do. I'm more just legs or arm centric obstacles.
You just don't like poles.
I just don't like posts. It's okay. It's a neat design actually. I do appreciate that. But no, definitely just they actually do a very good job designing the obstacles on the show for sure.
Yeah, they do.
And props to them. I'm looking forward to seeing how their new head-to-head format works next year. And while we're just on the topic of American Ninja Warrior, congratulations to Vance Walker for winning back-to-back years. Just came out this past Monday. Congratulations to him. That was unreal. He climbed that rope so fast.
Sure.
Yeah, that's about it. Owen, you got a joke for us?
Joke
So, Dak, since we're doing our top 5 obstacles on American Ninja Warrior,
Yeah.
it's time for joke of the week.
Let's go.
What's a ninja's favorite candy?
Favorite candy? I don't know. Personally, I'm a big fan of the Twix bar. But what is a
That's a
ninja's
pretty
favorite
good one.
candy?
Jawbreakers.
Whew, that's a good one, actually. That's pretty clever. We actually mentioned that obstacle that was in Owen's top 5, and that's a great joke. Shout out to Warp Waldies for providing us with our jokes of the week. All right. Thank you guys so much for listening. Hope you enjoyed this one. Ranking videos and podcasts are always fun to record. See you guys next week.